What's going on, guys? Welcome to another one of BlackIron's battles. Today we've got another fun Total War Warhammer 2 tournament 1 versus 1 for you. This is round 2 of Shadow Online Gaming's Spring YouTuber Tournament, and I have taken the Woodelves against JonTaun from Total Brohammer's Dark Elves. Now, if you guys don't know, if you haven't seen the videos before, in this tournament we blind picked our races. So I picked Woodelves for the second round of the semifinal, or the quarterfinal, sorry. And I didn't know who I would be up against. So when I found out it was JonTaun and that he was bringing Dark Elves, I tried to bring something a little bit different, and I don't think it worked out quite as well as I had hoped. But take a look up here. So we do have a Glady up here. Of course, we've got Arrows of Kurnus. We've got the additional damage, resistance, and leadership from the Banner of the Eternal Queen. We've also got Prey of Anathrama to trap units down and to reduce their missile resistance and allow our archers to do more damage. Up here in the air, we do have Hawk Riders, and besides having their just normal arrows, they also have armor-piercing weapon damage. So they are able to do pretty good armor-piercing, although they don't have great melee attack. They do have 42 charge bonus, so they can get in there on melee and do some okay armor-piercing. Here in the back, we do have some Wild Riders with shields, and those guys are ready to do some good damage. I mean, Wild Riders are one of my favorite fast cavalry units in the game. They're not heavy cavalry per se, but they do really well. We also have two groups of Way Watchers, and for their armor piercing, they should be pretty good for taking out, I figure, like any sort of large units, any sort of those heavily armored, maybe some Blackguard of Naggarond or something like that. We'll see what they've got over there. You've also got two groups of Glade Guard with Hagbane tips for their poison arrows and just to do some regular damage. Hopefully, I figured he'll probably have some Dark Shards, so we'll be able to attack those. We do have two groups of War Dancers here in the back. Now, they aren't the War Dancers with Azrai Spears. They're just the regular War Dancers, so they do a little bit more damage. They don't have that anti-large bonus, but I didn't expect to see too much large, and if I did, I was going to take care of it with my armor piercing over here on the left side. We've also got four groups of Eternal Guard with shields, and those shields are going to be super helpful for blocking the arrows from those Dark Shards, which do have armor piercing, but the silver shields will block quite a large number of the shots, I figure. And that's really pretty much it. So it's not a lot for my army over here. Some of those units are pretty expensive, especially those Wild Riders with shields, as well as those Way Watchers. I mean, all of these units are super expensive, so we spent a lot, but at the same time, we've got a bunch of Eternal Guard there that should be able to hold the line up front. For JonTaun's Dark Elf army, you can see he doesn't have anything vanguarded on this side. He does have this group of Dark Riders with shields, and the shields are really good to take against the Wood Elves because they do block missiles. He's also got a second group of Dark Riders with shields, and JonTaun, with his excellent micro, is really good at getting around the flanks with these type of quick units. I mean, you see they have 92 speed, and these units will be trying to harass my archers. They'll be trying to get in my back lines. They won't be able to kill the Wild Riders with shields, but they will still do really well in this battle. Besides that, this is something I've been starting to see more of. He does have Reaper bolt throwers, so those are going to do some armor. I mean, look at they do pretty good. They have 178 missile damage, armor piercing. They do have a good amount of ammunition, so they can get some good shots in. So he's got two of those, and he knew I wouldn't have any artillery to counter with. So I mean, that's kind of a safe pick, and they're pretty cheap as well. Here in the front, he does have a bunch of Dread Spears. He's got two Dread Spears on each flank. He's got the Bleak Swords here in the middle to hold the line, and these Bleak Swords, I mean, they're really just generic infantry. They'll hold the line though. They've also got silver shields, so they'll be able to, same thing that we've got these shields up here. He'll have these to kind of hopefully catch some arrows from units that are on auto fire. In the back, he does have two groups of Blackguard Corsairs with handbows, and I'm starting to see a lot more of these units lately. They're just really good against lightly armored units. They've got not a lot of ammunition, but they do have 75 models. They'll do some pretty good missile damage, and they'll be able to trade pretty efficiently with any other light units for sure. He's also got two of the Dark Shards, of course, and with the shields, so they're ready. They'll be ready to fight it out. 125 range, so they are outranged. by quite a bit by the Glade Guard, which have 170, but at the same time with their shields and armor piercing, they'll be able to trade very efficiently. He's also got some Black Orc Corsairs here in the back, which with their high melee attack and mediocre melee defense, they're more the damage dealers. They'll be in the back, but since the Woodelves don't have that much elite infantry, these are kind of the perfect units to get in there and just cut down some units. For his lord, JonTaun has chosen Malakith, and you see he has taken him on top of the he is not taking him on top. He's taking him on top of the Cold One, not on top of Dragon. And he does have Soul Stealer. He's got Gaze of Malice, Chill Wind, so he's ready to do some good damage. He's got Destroyer, which will reduce my ability recharge. He's also got Murderous. I mean, of course, all the Dark Elves have Murderous Prowess, and he does, I believe, cause fear. So he'll be super fast. 68 speed, 110 armor still, 420 weapon strength, and he'll be a little bit harder to take out when he's on this than he would have been were he in the air. So let's go ahead and get this battle started. Right off the bat, you'll see that we're kind of. I noticed that he has these Reaper bolt throwers, and so I do want to kind of move up. But I really am going to have a hard time. So I think what I should have done is stopped right about here. So if I would have stopped right about here, we could have taken some shots, you know, in at range. We could have used the mobility that we have here. But at the same time, I was really surprised by these Reaper bolt throwers. They started smashing. You can see them coming right in here, smashing those Glade Guard with Hagbane tips. You can see the Reaper shots coming in here, and they're on burst mode. So they're going to actually start cutting apart these Glade Guard and kind of scaring me. At the same time, we do have our Hawk Riders and our Glade Lord up here. We've got our Way Watchers, and as we started moving in, I actually took some shots at these Bleak Swords, which is exactly what JonTaun had hoped for. So now you can see we're marching all of our archers in for some reason. We've got all of our regular troops advancing as well, but we are moving our archer fire. We should have it way back here. We should not be moving it up. At the same time, over here on the left, I was trying to get the Wild Riders with shields around the back, but I was not able to get them in. I was not able to get in the those Hawk Riders. They're going to come in here. You see they're going to charge in, as well as the Glade Lord there, but he does have those Wild Riders with shields in the back, and they're going to charge in, and all of these Dread Spears are going to collapse, and we're going to get caught over there on the left flank. Here in the back, you'll see that I was able to get the Wild Riders with shields into the back and just destroy some Dark Shards. I do have them in there. Hold on, we've got them in there. They're fighting against the one group of Reaper Bolt Thrower, but he has those Dark Riders coming in. He's supporting, and my Wild Riders are dying so quickly. Over here on the left flank, you can see we have moved the Glade Guard. We've got the Way Watchers back a little bit. We're starting to take some shots in, and we are taking out one group of Black Orc Corsairs here. They do not have shields, so they're perfect, with their 80 armor, they're perfect shots for these Way Watchers, just to kill them really quickly. At the same time, over here on the right, we are pretty much starting to get surrounded. You see a big Chill Wind come down the middle here, and in the back here, this group of Dark Shards has been taking pot shots at these Wild Riders, and they're pretty much gone. You see them just taking arrows from all sides. I was able to get them in the back, but I wasn't able to heal them up quick enough, and now they are off. Here in the back line, you can see here, I've got my my Glade Lord and my Hawk Riders. I've got to get them moving. I was trying to have them just start finishing off. I had to pull them out because they were trapped in the back. But here on the left flank, the Dark Riders with shields have gotten into my Way Watchers, folks. So now all JonTaun's Dark Riders are just everywhere. My frontline are engaged, my War Dancers are going down, his Black Orc Corsairs are almost killed as well, but these Dark Riders have caught like so many units. I mean, my Way Watchers are almost dead. You see all of my units are in decline, and he is just boosted, man. He is ready to go. He's got his buff applied right now, so he's coming at me pretty crazy, and all my units are just going down. I mean, everywhere I look, my units are slowly being taken apart. And I just see here there's a little pocket left of units here. We do have some Way Watchers which are firing, and look how much ammo they have left. I mean, they're most of JonTaun units here, you see they've still got green legs, they're still fresh. My units are tired, they're exhausted, they're pretty much, if we zoom out, there's almost nothing left except for my Glady up here. We did try to get in there and take out Malakith, but the Hawk Riders were not enough. The Glade Lord is kind of just being taken to work. I mean, look at all of the shots coming. He has plenty of archer units remaining. You see the balance of power is heavily in JonTaun's favor, and it was just a massacre. I was out of position. I got a little bit thrown off by those by those Reaper bolt throwers, how much damage they started to do to my Glade Guard, and I was an idiot, and I moved up way too close. I had the ranged advantage. I had the Spellsinger of Life over here with you know, I had some pretty good spells on her, I had healing. I was ready to go, but at the same time, I mean, it was just a shellacking. So I felt pretty bad after this one, and that was pretty much the end of my tournament play. So in the first round, I felt real good, went 4-2, and then went up against JonTaun. He beat me 2-0 and ended my tournament. So I hope you guys enjoyed watching me get whooped. I know a lot of the time, you know, I am not prepared for all of these, so I typically would not take the Wood Elves against the Dark Elves, and so this did teach me that I have some very big gaps in my playstyle. A lot of the time I take the same races against the same counters and things like that, and so I really have to open. So I've been doing a lot of practice on opening up my my different matches and trying some different stuff. If we take a look at this post-game wrap-up, you can see JonTaun only lost 335. I mean, I lost 445, but that was a much higher percentage of my total troops I deployed. I was able to get a couple of kills there with the Wide-Old Riders, but you saw I kind of let them get isolated. And look how wide JonTaun went. I mean, look at just the sheer number of units he has. So many Blacklord Corsairs, so many Bleak Swords, so many Dread Spears. I mean, Dark Shards with shields. He's got Reaper bolt throwers. This is just a wide army. Malakith's very cheap on that cold one. And I mean, he got 43 kills in such a quick time, but I mean, look at how many kills spread across all of those cheap Dark Elf units. I mean, we got kind of the same number, but we had a lot less troops to lose. I mean, we still had our Glade Lord okay, but when our expensive Wild Riders were taken out, and we had a lot of those Way Watchers and those Glade Guard routed off the field, you know, we lost the Hawk Riders. That was pretty much that. I mean, it was pretty crazy. I didn't. I mean, I did have that Spellsinger of Life got damaged pretty heavily, but I mean, that was just a quick overall rout. He just pushed me right off the field. He overwhelmed me with huge numbers of forces. He out-microed me with getting those Dark Riders. First, he was able to use them to collapse on my cavalry, and then he was able to get back behind and take out my Way Watchers with them. The Glade Guard were just softened up really easily by this one Reaper bolt thrower. But overall, I mean, it was just a great game. You can see the kills spread all the way across his guys. I did about the same, pretty evenly spread across, but you know, JonTaun from Total Brohammer prevailed. So I don't know how he's gonna do in next round, the semifinal round. I think the tournament is almost over. So I hope you guys check that one out. Check out Shadow Online Gaming's YouTube channel to see the rest of the matches, to see what's going on, because I don't have any more. That's it for me. But also go ahead and check out JonTaun's channel, Total Brohammer on YouTube. And he's a great player, an excellent tournament player, and I'm sure that you would enjoy some of his content. Thank you guys all so much for watching. This is BlackIron, and this has been another one of BlackIron's Battles.